quote-unquote, the dreaming. They be like, it tickles. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It tickles me too.
All right.
Yeah. We rolling right now?
You ready?
All right, man. Hey, you gotta hear some obscene shit? Because we put the...
I'm leaving some of that in.
It ain't my fault, son. It just be in my mind, so judge me accordingly. Anyway, man, so, all right, welcome back.
Yeah.
My name is Jacques Will, right?
It's Adrian Peace.
And this is the Nice Guys Podcast. So we back again, man.
And
in
we
different
back.
spirits, and you know what I'm saying? I'm cussing a little bit more. I'm gonna cut back on the cussing, you know, obviously for the, you know, certain purposes, but it might be a couple little cussings here and there. But no, man, we talking about perfection today, right?
That's facts.
Like the pros and cons of perfection.
Uh-huh.
You know, me personally, I don't know what perfection is, right?
Yeah.
And I thought I knew, like, cause I mean, I don't try to be a perfectionist and nothing like that. I just try to do my best.
For sure.
You know, but some people have labeled me as a perfectionist. I'm like, I don't like that label.
Yeah, I mean, it always seems to come with a negative connotation for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like I've had, you know, periods in my life where I've been a perfectionist, and you know, I definitely as well put that negative connotation on it. But I don't know. I feel like now I'm in more of a zone of trying to go with the flow and be loosey-goosey with it, but it's difficult, right?
Yeah.
We have this this picture in our minds of how we want things to be.
Yeah.
And of course, we strive for that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you should knock it, because I mean, obviously you're setting a standard for yourself. And for people that try to knock it, sometimes I feel like because of the fact that they don't feel that it's that grandiose or that important, they want to knock your situation down because they don't want to feel like they have to put the extra effort in or whatever the situation may be.
Yeah.
So for that, to them, those individuals, hey, you know, stay in your lane. That's how I see it. You know, let me do me, but don't label me as a perfectionist. I just want to do my best.
Right.
And if my best is out doing your performance, then maybe you need to reevaluate.
Yeah.
You know, hey, sometimes I'm blunt, so just take that as it is. I ain't trying to send the bogus to nobody. I just speak my minds.
I feel that.
Carry on. But then sometimes I feel like with perfection, there can be too much. Like I love my nigga Michael Jackson. Mike Jack was that guy. Right. But then it was like because he had some type of inner turmoil, he wanted to push his limits.
Yeah.
To the point where he kind of like started to deform himself. You know, he had the vitiligo situation. Right. People get it. And pigmentation loss. He went to the extreme.
Yeah.
And then he became whiter than white. He changed his whole ethnicity because of that. I know that sounds extreme, but he was no longer he was born African American, but he died something else. Sammy Sosa did the same thing. I'm not sure what he did.
I mean, it's a lot of celebrities and, you know, even just like standards of perfection in other countries, like you know, Asian countries, where it's commonplace to buy like skin whitening products and stuff like that. They don't want you know, a dark skinned Asian that's like, as you might as well be, you know, a beggar on the street. Damn, there's some places it's like really, you poor. You basically looked at as poor. Like
if you black and Asian, it's a lot difficult out there, especially you know, because you got military cats that came out there. The women, they, you know, hypergamous, they was loving the vibe, they loving the energy destruction, the sense of strength, and they succumb to that.
I would succumb to that too. Pause. I would, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't like that word, succumb. We'll have to talk about it, but.
My boy Adrian tripping. Oh, and it's so funny though when you say I have succumbed.
You did what? No.
Wait, what?
No.
I had to do a double.
You know, they fell victim to the
soundbite. You gonna have to edit that.
To the Asianessies.
Yeah, and, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. You know what I'm saying. So, shout out to Cameron and Mace. Pause.
Right.
But nah, I mean, I definitely feel what you're saying though. Even I mean, you know, I know people that, you know, they have that Asian. But I'm just saying, like, it's just interesting to see perfection and, like, how that it can actually have, I guess, I mean, if Michael didn't have that mindset or that sense of perfection, would he have been as great? You feel me?
Right.
Cause he had ins and outs, you know what I'm saying? Like Off the Wall was like his first solo project, didn't do as well, probably could have did better. But he was like, I'm gonna come back with Thriller.
Right.
Came back, they had 27 songs, only 9 of them made it. You feel what I'm saying?
So, I mean, I feel like that also is like, because we know that kind of came from a certain place. It came from his environment and the way that he was raised as well. So it's like,
shout out to Joe Jackson, man. He whooping on that ass, boy. He was whooping that ass.
Yeah,
Michael what?
I forgot my man's name on Instagram, but he did the little skit where Mike was trying to hit the note and he couldn't. He was like, I can't hit the note. And Joe Jackson came in and hit his, you know what I'm saying? He got up there.
He got that note right. You feel me?
So it's like, is perfectionism? I don't know if it always is, but I know it definitely a lot of times is born out of trauma.
You think so?
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you think it's an overwhelming like insecurity that's there. That's the reason why you have to try to strive for that
Right.
perfectionism, because you don't want to deal with what's less than, because you're upset with what happened in that traumatic state. Maybe you felt like you were weak or not at the place that you needed to be at. So now you're just striving to be better.
Yeah.
Than when you was at that state.
It could definitely be that. It could even just be ingrained an ingrained like kind of like almost Pavlovian response to just like trying to please people or trying to live up to the expectation of that your parents have for you, or those kind of things. Like when you're in a position of knowing that somebody is watching you or something like that, or somebody's going to be judging your work or whatever it is, your actions, whether or not they actually are, because sometimes, right, we think that people gonna be like super judgmental about some stuff, and it's like ain't nobody paying attention. But it's like thinking that you're in that kind of position, sometimes that might take you back to that time where a parent or authority figure in your life was hypercritical of you or something like that, and made you this quote unquote perfectionist.
Okay.
I
can see that. I feel like growing, I saw some things, and like that might play a part, because in your mind you're always trying to overcome what that person was saying.
Yeah.
You're always trying to combat with that. Oh no, I ain't no habitual up. I ain't gonna do this, that, and the third. I've heard all types of wild stuff growing up, so I think that could play a part.
Yeah.
And why I would be certain ways with certain stuff and need to. And it's funny that I never liked that. But it's like, it's ingrained because that's all I knew.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, I go to other people's houses and I was looking and observe. I try not to be like, if you got some mold over there, you got something, I'm like, I ain't coming over here no more.
Yeah.
I'm that pretty, like, even with my family, sometimes I had to be like, yo, I don't think I come back over here no more. Over here, this and that.
I feel you.
But to somebody else's standard, it's cool. They cool with seeing certain stuff. And like, I'm like, nah, bro, I can't deal with that filth. You feel me? Like, I gotta have it clean. Like,
right.
that don't make sense to me, because I grew up in such a very clean and organized space. I even to the point where I remember even growing up, if you folded a towel the wrong way and put it in the cabinet, the laundry room, whatever, it would be found quickly.
Right.
I'm like, how the hell I just folded? I just got through. How did you? You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But so sometimes I have it there, I don't realize it. But you just got. I feel like you gotta come to a place where you gotta break it a little bit. Now I don't feel comfortable now making my bed sometimes. Like, let it be. It does bother me. So I don't look at it too much. I'll be trying to sell and I'll be looking, I want to fold this sheet so bad. I want to go just rub that sheet out. But I'm like, no, but let it be messy, dog. Leave a sock on the floor. It's cool. Move a shoe over there. That's cool. Let it just be out of place. But then I'll go fix it anywhere eventually.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I don't know what that is.
Right before bed or something.
Yeah, I'll go fix it because it'll annoy me. It'll be like a penny on the floor. So let the penny just be there. And then eventually I'm like, put that in the jar. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that for too long. But I mean, I don't think it's too detrimental. I think it gets detrimental when you start to take it out on other people, though.
Right.
And I've done that.
Yeah,
I admit, whoever I've affected with that and said very mean things. Sometimes I say stuff, like one person I told me, you need to use that space in between your ears.
Yeah.
And I don't think she liked that too much, and we're not together no more, but I would say stuff that was just really not nice, and I didn't think about it because that's what I was used to. I was used to such, just straightforward, blunt,
right,
like, mean things being said, or, stop being retarded or stop being slow, like, pick it up, what you doing, like, that's stupid, that's back.
right.
A lot of stuff that you don't think about. I just read this book I was telling you about, The Four Agreements, And, be impeccable with your words is the first, agreement. I was like, man, that's crazy because them spells really are real. Like when we say certain things, it does play a part, and it comes out in certain ways. You know what I'm saying? So even that, I don't want to say I'm gonna be a perfectionist in terms of my vernacular and how I speak to people, but I do want to be thoughtful before I speak sometimes nowadays.
Right.
I can't always say what's on my first mind. You know what I'm saying? So I'm working on that. And I mean, I think before I used to be more mindful as I got to a certain age, but then when I got to another age, it was weird. I just started letting go, and it was like, it wasn't the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I've been there as well, and we kind of talked about that, like how my quote unquote nice guyness was there and went to here, as opposed to in reverse. But so I was as well pretty just in general, like I like things to be a certain way.
Yeah.
And if they're not that way, I used to be a lot more vocal about it and a lot less patient. This patience came with some wisdoms and some years and some things like that.
Right.
So some trial and errors, some real realizations about, I'm pushing away some good people with these tendencies.
Right.
So yeah, I've been there as well. I definitely know that side of perfectionism of like, all right, man, like, look, bro, every time you come over here, my nigga, you keep putting this back in the wrong spot, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
that's
bro, it's really not that serious. You can't, like, chill out, man.
Right.
But, now if you're doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
It's like
the first
else,
time
but...
it's like, okay, I ain't never been in your crib before. Respect the space. I try to, be respectful as well. But I do know what you're talking about, like, how I'm gonna put it. I don't let people in my house a lot too much. I don't know what that is, but I don't know what it is just yet. I even like I was like, hey, why are you here for this long? I don't know why I be getting like that in my mind. You feel me? Like I really want you to be there. So I'd rather go to other people's space, but when I go there, I try to be mindful. But then I try to watch my thoughts too. Like, man, I can't speak on this person's career because that's how they want to live. I don't think that should be over there. I think that should be over here. Sometimes that's what I think in terms of my perfectionism or whatever that is I'm dealing with. Could come out on somebody else.
Right.
Versus it being like inside my own house. So like if somebody, come and move something, I'll just go put it back. It ain't that extreme.
Right.
But I did have an ex that I was dealing with. She was really messy. And I would get pissed when she would do stuff.
That's tough.
Like leave stuff on the phone. I'm like, but hey, you ain't bringing that up in here, bro.
Tough.
I've been in your crib. Your crib is junky. That's how you live.
Right.
That's what you want to do. But you ain't gonna bring that energy into my space.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? I had
Can't let that happen.
Leaving stuff, shoes. I'm like, whoa, you doing too much now.
Right.
Now I'm not sure that's perfectionism or it's just like being respectful to my space.
Yeah.
But I was thinking to myself, I think it would just be more so my delivery and what I was saying could have been nicer when she would do certain stuff. But I think I was in the right for that one. I don't think I was too perfect. But what you're saying is a little different. I'm like, damn, bro, I can't put the cup over here.
It was like that. Right? Really, it was just like I would have like, certain people come over and it's like every time they come over, they just in my room touching everything. And then putting it back somewhere completely different. But it's like every time. And then I'll try to be slick about it and be like, put it back in front of them. Like while they're there, be like, yeah, bro. I see what you're saying.
Look them in the eye, make
leave
eye
my
contact,
hand on it for a minute.
Put this cup back here, but you're not gonna say it to their face.
It's like they never noticed, bro. It's like some people just didn't.
Back.
Right, yeah. So it's like,
like that,
I feel like I was still pretty patient, but it gets to be a bit much. Now, a lot of people are like that in all areas of their lives. I think I was just a little OCD about like my personal space and stuff like that.
Okay.
For me, like with my own art and stuff, I'm like that, like very particular. But then when it comes to like other people, I've never really been one to impose that upon somebody else, I guess.
You talking about creativity, making music and stuff like that?
In any kind of creative realm, I think.
I noticed, I was like, man, tell me the truth, Adrian. You got at 62 seconds, you probably should have did this inflection right here.
Yeah.
For real? Dang, you know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying because you want it to be something that comes originally from them.
Exactly.
Versus what I think it should be because at the end of the day, it's still what you want to create and it's subjective. You know what I'm saying? Because I might think that 62 seconds should be this type of part, whatever, but the whole world might love it right there at 64 seconds.
Right. For real.
It'd be that critical. That's why I was going back to that Michael Jackson thing. Like, bro, they had 27 songs that was supposed to hit Thriller. Only 9 of them made it.
Wow.
And Thriller, he even had issue with like PYT. I'm like, it was songs that just damn near perfect.
Right.
So I wonder how these other songs would have sounded or do sound, because they're somewhere. You know, I'm probably sure some ones that were still fire that we just never heard.
Exactly.
But to them, it wasn't as fire. So that means that they really took such a very strong critique and literally, because I mean, how many Grammys did they make? Like 8 Grammys off it was like quite a few.
That's
and they
crazy.
sold millions of records. So they were on to something right. So then that makes me think to myself, okay, their level of perfection was on point, but when does it become, when is it perfection in the wrong direction? Because, like case in point, like new music nowadays, right? If we would hear some of these niggas outside the booth, like record and engineer, you be like, what this nigga doing? But then like Future, he do a song and you hear it, you be like, okay, okay, it works. So like to him, his level, and he don't even do half the drugs he say he do in the song. He said he a lightweight. He don't do none of that stuff half the time.
Yeah.
But something there resonates with those folks and it's perfect for them.
Right.
So what the hell is that?
So
that's
what is perfect?
Right, that's what I'm trying to get at, like, because in my eyes, I'm like, March Madness probably sounded like a hot garbage outside the booth. But then you put it on the record and let it play, you like, oh man, that's what he was doing in the studio. And Young Thug do the same, yeah, with the pussy.
Right.
You know, like such that video. But then they come back on the record like that, you like, oh, what, how does that work? What is that?
Complete
like,
transformation.
What part, what I'm trying to get at, what part of the reality we live in are they tapping into? Because as a musician, even like Tank would say, yo, that ain't musical.
Yeah.
But then they go in the booth, and everybody, they got millions of fans.
Right.
And Tank, he's holding his own in the R&B place. But outside that realm, it's like, it wouldn't technically be considered to be musical.
Exactly.
So what really is that? What part of perfection? Is that imperfection at its finest, or is it, you see what I'm trying to get at with that, that thought?
Yeah. I mean, I think perfection is just like, perfection is like the, I don't know, it's just like the ideal state of a thing, but that's so subjective. Like, who, you know, it's not for one person to say what is or isn't perfect, right? Like,
Basquiat.
you might see a girl that you think is fire, and I don't even think she that bad, and you know, and vice versa. Like, what's
you might
perfection?
have a wildebeest, and I might have a you know.
Yeah, I don't know why I had to have a wildebeest, but
and she looked like a wildebeest. So I'm like, damn, why she over there growling at me? Like, why she foaming at the mouth? And that's just what she do sometimes. Yeah, she's excited. She's happy to see you. Excited. You know what I'm saying?
She like meeting new people, you know.
But then it's like, then I think about Basquiat. To somebody, art critics, he just scribbling. But then somebody that's abstract in ways they think, and I understand, but I like his work.
Yeah, for sure.
Not because he's just famous. I just like the fact that he had these obscene
something
things
about it
that
just speaks to you.
Yeah, like, it wasn't super technical. It just like, even like when I paint, I just be like, that ain't gonna, but I know it's gonna, it's funny, like I know it's not what I wanted to see. Yeah. But I know if I take it somewhere and put it in the right position of presentation,
it's like
somebody will see it, they be like, yo, that's hard.
I think about this a lot, like Mark Rothko.
Okay.
So he's the one who a lot of times his work is just solid colors. So it might be a black rectangle and then a slightly less black rectangle inside of that. You know what I'm saying?
And somebody buys
it's like like blue, an entirely blue canvas, and then there's another color, a small shape right here at the bottom, and then something like a splash of, you know.
And he sells it for like $10,000. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it's in the biggest museums. Like, oh, that's a Rothko right there.
And I can spend hours doing what I'm doing. But I know to that point, it's like, because you look at Van Gogh, right? Yeah. He probably thought what he was seeing was perfect. Yeah. And art critics were like, bro, what are you doing? Exactly. This is not the level of technique you need to be. It cut his ears off.
He died broke.
Shot his head off. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But now they got museums. People want to, replicate what he does. Right. And even, like I said, when I do some stuff that I do, I just be like, in my eyes, it could be better. But I know somebody else, I'm like, yo, that shit is fly, son. I'm like, you gonna buy it, son? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, ring it up. Right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? So it's just very interesting. to see the subjectiveness. Because like, even when I paint, I see it. Like even though I'm doing faces and people now, I don't really do. I used to just do cartoons back when I was a kid. And you can see it in my artwork. I do a lot of hard lines. Now that I do people, now I got to take more time. And it irritates me, but I realize that people are so precise.
Yeah.
That if you miss one thing, it might look cold at first. When you step back, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
I like Manny Pacquiao. I don't look like no Bruce Lee. I kept dealing with this Bruce Lee picture. I look like Manny Pacquiao. I know it's of Asian culture, but that's not Bruce Lee.
Right.
That's more Manny Pacquiao. You feel me?
Right.
So I was like, oh no, I gotta redo this person's face, to get to this place. And I was like, I think my level of perfectionism started kicking in, but you have to be that precise with people.
Right.
Now, what would be funny is that I could play it off and not say who it was, and somebody can walk in like, that's Manny Pacquiao. It's fire. So I'm like, you gonna buy it?
Right.
And my mom like, that's Bruce Lee.
Right.
But it look like Manny Pacquiao to you, and I can see why.
Uh-huh.
But if you're gonna buy it, teach us their own. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm gonna let you do your thing. So it's just very
Exactly.
interesting, man. Like perfectionism, or whatever you think is perfection is. Because they even got a definition for perfection. How do you define perfection when we don't know perfection?
Right.
Who created this definition?
Yeah, you can ask 100 people and get 100 different answers, but it's all something we all strive for.
And then even with beauty standards, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Women are doing. I hate saying female. Women are subjecting themselves to. Rest in peace to DC Young Flies. His girl.
Right.
She died underneath trying to be underneath the knife, but like doing these surgeries and harming themselves to meet these beauty standards. And I'm like, yo, that's crazy because to me that booty looked juicy.
Right.
I want to take a bite out that apple. You know what I'm saying? Like, that onion making me cry.
Yeah.
But it's somebody. To her mind, I have to continue to keep competing with these other women. To keep the interest or to make myself more valuable, because women are more so valued by their beauty than anything else. Like, dude, like you said, we know we're sleep in a cardboard box. The only reason why we try to appeal them, because like obviously they like more the physicality most of the time. They're more materialistic.
Yeah.
There's certain things we have to appease to them and abide by what their standards are in terms of the finances, because that's how America works, the culture works. But even for them, I feel a certain way. Because like you look at the 90s beauty standard compared to now's beauty standard, I like the 90s.
That's a great point. I want to talk some more about that. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. And we back. Man, and so we're talking about perfection and perfectionism. And we left off talking about beauty standards, man. And that's something something I think about a lot. Cause man.
Yeah, it's fucked up, but it's happening.
And it changes so frequently.
Yeah.
It changes like with the decades. Like if you think about it, like you had I'm not gonna get too like specific with the dates because I don't want to get nothing wrong. But like you had certain periods. Finna be in the comments. The historian's gonna be in the comments. But
go ahead.
Certain periods where it's like flat-chested women were in.
Yeah.
You got certain periods where
that's crazy.
Yeah. Certain periods where, the P shape was in, you know what I'm saying? You were top heavy and you got no, you know what I mean?
Really?
No yams. Yeah. And it's like, then now of course, right?
I like the yams.
Now of course it's in to be kind of on the thicker side.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And then but like it fluctuates throughout time to where it's like, okay, if you thick, then ew, get over. Like, nah, we're not putting you in these magazines and stuff like that.
Because I know it was guys that was like, I like it like that.
Exactly.
But it's like to the masses and what's put out there, for the media, for your mind. So who the hell? So who is behind this?
Right.
This debauchery, because like, or this whatever word you want to throw out there, correct me, that's cool. I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
Shit, it's fucked up. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, but who is behind this and orchestrating and saying, look, this is what we see as being perfect woman.
Yeah.
We know that because of, no offense, women, y'all deal with insecurities different than men do.
Right.
We can't be overly emotional about things because, of course, that's going to cause us to, be seen to a certain way.
Right. That wouldn't be perfect.
You a hoe-ass nigga for that. You know what I'm saying? So, you can't be over there crying and boo-hooing. Nigga, stop bitching. That's what I've heard before. So I'm like, whoa, I'm just trying to express myself. Because I won't go off the hinges somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Off the heezy for sheezy type shit. But to each is their own. It's like, I know at the same time, though they was creating these beauty standards, it was dudes that's probably, like you're saying, going against that. Like, yo, I like these jams.
Right.
I like me a woman that got all this booty down there with the cellulites and the stretch. I love me some stretch mark. You better come with them Tiger Carl, them thing like that. I like all that.
Yeah,
smacking it. Are we on camera? Sorry, I'm about to go into a whole nother.
Right. Come back.
Let me come back. Pull it back in. Impeccable with your words. So yeah, man, I like certain things that you can do with that. So it's just like whoever created that is wild, bro. You know,
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what lobby we need to talk to about, you know.
Do we need to blame the magazine companies, the media companies that are creating this? Because who is creating this consensus? Who is sitting back and delegating this? Like, yeah, you know what? You being half naked, that's sexy. I want to see all the... Because, like, I know Instagram, I can't see that in public. My Instagram is crazy, son.
Right, yeah.
My follow game is crazy. I can't scroll through no preschool in my Instagram. It's going to be some yeeks, flip-flopping all over. I got to scroll down quick, like, what's that? You know what I'm saying?
Like Kendrick said, Instagram is the best place to promote some.
Hey, man,
you know what I'm saying?
I done been places, I'm like, yo, I tell a young lady, like, check this out. Like, damn. I'm like, I know, right? You feel me?
Yeah, man, it's crazy and it's only getting crazier. Just like the perception of, and then too with Instagram, like we're talking about Instagram, social medias and stuff like that, which I feel like just magnifies. I'm in a place right now where I'm trying to get back into being more on social media because I was burnt out from it and just people in general for quite a while. And now I'm trying to like get myself back out there. I did a lot of watching, a lot of consuming over the past like week and a half, and now I'm trying to like strategize and figure out how to best use it to represent me, you know, who I am without trying to be something else and still get what I want out of it. But, you know, so I say that to say there's obviously, if you're strategic about it, there's definitely a good way to integrate social media and stuff like that into your life, but it also, you can't forget about the dark side of it, which, you know, is that magnification of this perfectionistic society, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think it's very important to think about what you're saying as well, because not everybody's gonna think on the same path line as myself. I can like it all. I might like a woman that ain't got too much booty. There be some Asian chicks on there, fire. Yeah. Ain't got none of that. Ain't got no booty, no breasts, but they just fun. They real pretty, real dainty. I'm like, ooh, you know, jam-packed.
And man, something I've learned is that,
for real,
you know, like, man, I hate to sound like that guy, but it's like, it really is just about the personality, like more often than not, because you get all of these women who had work done and stuff like that, and they used to be, you know what I'm saying, no offense to y'all or offense, whatever, they used to be the fat girl in school, or they used to be the ugly chick with the, you know what I'm saying, the pimples all on their face or whatever. And they didn't get no play, they didn't get no attention, they didn't get no love.
They getting that currency now.
Now they go fix themselves up, but they still doofs. You know what I'm saying? Because they never had that practice with the social interaction or you know what have you. They don't know how to be themselves.
Like a dude that ain't had no
you know
money
what I'm
that
saying?
was super lame, but then he got some bread now. He just tricking off on all types of stuff.
Because they're not used to that attention, or they just don't know how to be themselves. Really, that's the crux of it. Is like they don't know themselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a lot of women that look great and they doofy. You know what I mean? So it's like I see that more and more on Instagram.
But they reach this level of perfection in their mind. They draw that attention. Now they don't know how to use the other part of who they are. Yeah. In terms of being an individual. I
follow some girls. Sometimes it's like a thirst follow, and you know what I'm saying, the yams is yamming. I hit follow, and then a week later I see a post. I'm like,
I unfollow that. Yeah. When I see that, like, it be something outlandish, I'm like,
what are you doing?
No. But you know what's real consistent for me? And shout out to her is Nefessa Willie.
Oh, man.
Oh, Lord. She make you want to sing, boy. Oh, my God.
Right.
She make you want to sing. Nefessa, if you ever see this, baby, Black Lightning.
Right.
that outfit you had on, I was like, yes. Lord, she played in a couple, like, low-budget films, too. Oh, my God. I mean, she might have died or something like that, one of them, but it hurt my heart because I'm a big fan of you.
Yeah.
And one day I want to manifest that I will meet you
Mm-hmm.
and have a nice long dialogue, a couple
Right.
drinks or something like
Yeah.
that. I don't really drink, but you know, I might have to grab one for that day. You know what I'm
That
saying?
would be
I'm not a big
understandable.
drinker. I'm not really big into alcohol nowadays, but I might have to just grab one because of that moment. Like, yo, I
Yeah.
can't believe this. I can believe it, but at the same time, and how to get in this. She's one of those beauty standards for me.
Mm-hmm.
She's natural,
Right.
great personality, strong-willed.
Mm-hmm.
She got everything, dog.
Absolutely.
But I mean, to put it out there like that, I don't want to offend nobody else. I'm just saying that would be my idea, like you said, hit all those components. She has that mindset, that mentality, go get her talented,
Yeah.
and she's beautiful, and she knows who she is. And she says, why fear? So
Yeah.
she's like hitting all the different, I think it's like one of those situations like you had these unicorns. Now,
For sure.
what I want to get at a little bit is Janelle Monáe. I still got a crush on her.
Yeah.
Oh, I love me some Janelle. I mean, I like the fact that she's like, gender fluid. It don't bother me. I like women that can. Anyway. But whatever that means right there. You know what that means when I did this in the camera, that you know what that means. But I like the fact that she had that standard, but I do wonder now because of the fact that she's being overly sexualized. Why? Is that for records? Is that because she wants to try to stimulate that community?
I don't think she has been overly sexualized. I mean,
You don't think so?
I feel like that's a inaccurate way to put it. I think she's sexualizing herself.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Like she's changing her dynamic because before she was a lot more in the suits, more
and
upbeat.
Even
but
the
make it
suits were
classy.
skin tight and everything like that. So she would still accentuate her, her womanness, but now is like completely overt. Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind it because I'm Janelle Monáe.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
You get everything. Super talented.
Right.
Can sing, act, brilliant, innovative, free-spirited. You hit everything.
Yeah.
I even when I went to an event and she was performing, I went to 2 different concerts. She was in Chicago on the North Side. That's what, Boys Town.
Okay.
I was like, whoa, this is a little different. I ain't never been to the North Side. I was like, whoa, this is wow.
Yeah.
And then downtown at the Taste of Chicago one year, she was there as well. I think it was like in 2015 or something like that.
Okay.
And I was like, yo, I want to marry you, girl. But nah, she hits all the buckets.
Yeah.
Some people hit all the buckets. And, for her, it's just like she's another one of those unicorns that you don't always come across. So it's like everybody got their own standard.
Yeah.
But again, that perfection that I'm seeing may not be the same thing for somebody else.
Exactly.
Still. Like to tie that back to everything I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So, I think perfection is, I don't know what that is still.
Right. Yeah, no, it's like, I mean, we
even
can talk
after
about it all day.
this,
We can talk about it all day, but
all
it's like,
this.
there's obviously shared perceptions or whatever, shared ideas within the collective conscious about what, near perfection is, or, we all put, all of us with some sense, we put, Kendrick and Cole up at the top of the lyricist game, and we put Biggie and Tupac where they supposed to be in terms of greatest rappers and stuff like that, Jay-Z or who,
I think as humans, we should just let people be great.
We recognize greatness when it's there for the most part. Right. You know what I'm saying? But there's still so much variance in what somebody might call perfect. And even those people themselves who we put in those positions, even they have a different idea of what perfection is to them. So,
because to your point with the Tupac and Biggie, I feel like Biggie was able to articulate, be more freelance in terms of his, rap skill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? His cadence and all that stuff was impeccable. Like, he just had his own. And Pop was more like, he made you feel.
Yeah.
He like the Marvin Gaye hip hop to me. You know what I'm saying? He made you feel something. He can make you cry. He can make you want to slap somebody with a bottle. He can make you feel like you want to have a ride-or-die chick. All I need him in this life is me and my girlfriend. So he had that poetic, he'll bring you into these different worlds. Exactly. That's what I feel like Pop would do. He'd bring it to different worlds, whereas Biggie was more smooth and more cadence, more flow, more, had a style and swagger to him. So where Pac was like, I'm gonna make you feel every single record I make and be prolific with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And billions of people like Drake. You know what I'm saying? People love Drake.
I like the old Drake. I knew he was gonna be big
You
when
got
he
people
first
like,
came out.
I read, came across the video of DMX talking about Drake.
I hate Drake. I hate him.
Hey, nothing.
Hate him.
We like anything about it? Don't, nothing about it.
Ugh.
Just,
But
I don't like his face.
I mean, two different worlds. I mean, Drake is just he for women. He trying to be hard, and it's the weirdest thing ever. I don't know why he's trying to do this. Just be like, even his female fans are saying like, I'm falling out with you because I miss that vulnerable Drake that be all emotional and true to himself. Whereas now he's trying to appease to a certain. He's a culture vulture. Like he sees things, he jumps on tracks, he knows that it's gonna make it bigger.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about this, backwards and forth. I mean, Tyler the Creator, Earl Sweatshirt, they talk about it. Like he's a culture vulture.
Yeah.
Frank Ocean, he doesn't have sometimes an original trend for himself. He'll jump on everybody else's trend and make it bigger because he has that platform. But I think his own platform, if he were to just kind of tune into that
Right.
and push that, because I don't think we have a Thriller album for Drake yet. Everybody got a Thriller to me. Miguel had Kaleidoscope Dreams.
Yeah.
Usher had Confessions. Tupac had All Eyes on Me. Everybody has these prolific albums that's like, Snoop Dogg came out with his first project was
Right.
then that was Thriller because Dr. Dre was just crazy with it. So
For
what I'm
sure.
saying, the Chronic album, you know what I'm saying? You got all these different projects that are out there, and sometimes with certain people, because of the fact that we see it a certain way and we compare them to other artists. And I think that's where the perfectionism sometimes comes into place too. Is like you compare people through that perfection.
Yeah.
Your eye, your lens of what is supposed to be perfect in that standard is set, you compare. So, I mean, maybe to Drake, he's already hit a Thriller album for himself.
I mean, I would say he has, but I think he's strayed so far from it now. You know what I'm saying? I think he definitely has that album, or maybe even two. But for me, it's like where he is now and his current trajectory is not towards anything like of that level. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. We all have these different things in our heads that we striving to reach for all these different reasons at different points in our lives. So there's just like so much variance, and like who could really say what perfection is or isn't?
Because I mean, looking at even like with some artists like Drake or like Lil Wayne, like Lil Wayne, his Carter 2 was like the album for me for him. Like I feel all the way through, and it's just like lyrically he was going bar for bar. But I think when you get to a certain level, and people debate with me, Carter 3 is supposed to his best project, whatever.
Yeah.
Because he got so many awards and accolades from him. But Carter 2 just had like this rawness. He came out, he was still pushing.
Right.
And like I feel like as time progressed with each one of these artists' career, they, to the level that we compare them to, because they hit like this certain pinnacle, they just started, they're lackluster in terms of their quality of product, because they don't have to as much. Like when you make that much money, you're not as hungry for it as well too. So if you want to go in that part of what, looking at in terms of artistry versus the, the women and, the direct, the beauty standards, and we're gonna talk about the music, like I see that too. It's just like with artists sometimes when they hit a certain pinnacle, like the quality of the craft goes down too.
Right.
They just start making stuff.
And there's a lot of criticism about artists who like take forever in between drops.
And it don't come out good.
Well, yeah, that's a whole other thing. But like, I feel like the artists that do and actually, like take that time to really work on it and hone, like it shows.
8 to 12 years.
Yeah.
Maxwell.
Oh,
disappears for like 15 years, comes out, but it's like his stuff is always sold out around the corner, around the block.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because Black Summer's Night was a great project.
Absolutely.
But his next project after that, I don't know what he was trying to do with that one. I don't know.
Yeah,
No offense, Maxwell, I'm a huge fan still, period, but I don't know what he was trying to do with that project. Yeah, so it's interesting. But yeah, man, I think we covered a lot of stuff, a lot of topics, man. I think we're veering towards the end. But again, y'all, if y'all have anything that y'all want to throw out there, please, hit the comment section. Reach out to us. Let us know, whether or not this impacted you, made you feel a certain way.
Right. What is your definition of perfection?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What do you feel like perfection is? And are you, do you consider yourself a perfectionist? Why or why not? You know what I'm saying? Let us know. Talk to us. We'll talk back to you.
For sure. I don't know what this means, but I did that in the video right there. I've been doing little sign things and stuff, just weird stuff. I don't care. I'm just...
All right, I dig it. feel like I sounded like Bernie Mac when I said that. You talk to us, we'll talk back
You know
to
what
you.
I'm saying? Whatever you
But
need to
yeah.
do, B. But nah, for sure. Y'all want to talk to us, man, we talk back. You know what I'm saying? We don't bite back. It's all good.
Absolutely.
But we appreciate y'all tuning in, man. It's a blessing to see y'all again another week, another time. Again, my name is Jacques Wright.
It's Adrian Peace.
And this is the Nice Guys Podcast. Y'all stay blessed, man, and one love.
Peace.